Hey y'all, it's me, Jocasta Lester. In this video, I want to talk to you. It's stuff, oh my gosh, it's stuff so bad, y'all. It's so bad. But in this video, I want to talk to you about whose property is it anyway. Okay. I thought about that thing and I'm like, what does the government own versus what individuals own with their own deed that says that they have ownership of the land that they live on? Okay. So when you think about fields being important and buying and selling property being important, consider how Jezebel, her whole act, her crime, was the seizure of a property that didn't belong to her rightly, and that she utilized the system to have a person murdered to obtain. Okay, so with that said, when I think about that, I'm like, all right, so whose property is it anyway? So we got two main owners that I want to address in this video. It's private ownership and government ownership. Okay, and I want to frame this discussion by introducing the fact that there is a ruling body in this world, the government, and they have what are textbook examples and case studies that allow us to interpret other less structured, similar, let me see, less structured, similarly established. I'm having trouble finding the right word right now, and I know it's on the tip of my tongue, but I don't care right now. Okay, look, they have, like, in other words, they model real stuff over there somewhere, but it's like theirs are like the actual. They use the proper nomenclature for us to understand that what's going on over there. You feel me? So that it's obscure over there with the regular people. But the government has structure to theirs. So that when we look at what is for instance, government owned housing, where there's similar ownership to a homestead, and it's parceled, and there's several households coexisting in one community under the government. The housing authority is over housing projects, and the words, they go well together. A function where somebody is trying to achieve a particular goal, a project. I'm telling you, the housing projects, whatever this was, there's even articles about it being used for systemic and systematic racism. It's a way of doing it, and they've done it, you know, repeatedly, over and over again, aggressively to certain racial groups. Okay, so they targeted certain people, in other words. So I say all of that to say this. Okay, so a collective group of people cohabitating on one plot of land under the ownership of a housing authority is called a housing project. Now, other examples in society that we can use the government definition to understand are homesteads. Homesteads, apartment complexes, different places where there's many that live together under one authority, under one authority on one parcel of land, one plot of land. Okay? So that if it were deeded as a land, none of them have ownership, but all of them dwell there under the rulership of a housing authority. So that the project is the apartment complex. So it's not a simple place, it's complex. But I know this doesn't make sense some, but if you look at it that way, if you actually took some things and analyzed them by words simply, I think it would be mind blowing. So anyway, projects. If you think about projects that are on the up and up, there's good projects, then there's the other ones. The ones that I'm focusing on, the ones that need to be stopped, are the demonic types. So that human trafficking is a form of project. Let's see. Any form of aggression or oppression toward any groups of people or persons within that group is evil operating in a project. So I say all of that to say this, okay? Once we identify the housing project, whether it be a homestead, where there may be human trafficking taking place, where there's many trailers, even a trailer park is a housing project under a housing authority, the people that own the trailer park. And they don't typically own it. Once a deed happens individually, that's different. But the housing project, of course, consists of those who rent there and don't own it. So, anyway, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. The whole point of this video is to say, if you look at all of the different government stuff that's established, you kind of get like a definition situation. You can use that and kind of do an apply all to find similar cases. And if you look at different, particularly cabals that oppress secretly, you can find similarities between historical oppression and the oppression of the day and those things that are covert that need to be exposed. So, have a blessed and marvelous day and repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. The whole point of this video is to say this. I think that they still have Hitler-style experiments, Tuskegee-style experiments going on. It's just they placed those projects elsewhere under the veil of poverty, and they kept it secret, and they used the government, they used the military, they used different people to keep it going. So have a blessed and marvelous day and repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And yes, unbeknownst to some of the people that are in those particular groups that oppress actively in these places, they poach from these people. They go and find particular types of girlfriends, baby mamas in particular areas. So repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand, and have a blessed and marvelous day. Thank you so much for watching my video. Take care.